Hey, what up, y'all? Simply with that, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Everybody else is gonna be here in a minute, inshallah. So, meanwhile, what the heck is going on there? Oh, I got some background noises going on because I got myself playing in the background so I can watch the live chat. There it goes. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. More bye. Excuse me while I put my tactical combat material together. Y'all be thinking I'm playing when I say I'm out here ready for war. Cats be playing with me online like I ain't really gonna shoot him in the face. Allah Mustaan, I'm terrible. Wallahi, I feel bad that I want to shoot somebody in the face so bad. I'm willing to do the time. Oh, Allah Mustaan. May Allah rectify my soul. There's something wrong inside. I be prepping. Like, yo, show up from Twitter. I'll come to your janazah. After I arranged it. Anywho, you just got me, tactical fast helmet from back in the military days. So what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be talking about, can masculinity be toxic? But we're going to wait for the homies to show up. They're a little bit, they're running behind. We might actually shift the show. Maybe it's something we'll talk about when Bobby and Sadiq show up. Because Mondays aren't really working. It's not really working for me either. It's like the first day of the week and everybody's busy, coming up off the weekend. Everything you want to do and you're trying to do, you try and get it done on Monday. And so it's probably less than ideal. And probably viewers are, going through the same thing. So we'll see, inshallah. But nice. Reading up some of these tweets, dude. I was talking about energy drinks, man. I don't know if it's because I'm older or something, man, but it's like I had a long day. I got up early this morning, and so when I came home, no rest time, no downtime, just trying to get ready for OG Logic. I took this energy drink. That thing just, man, that thing is just like slapping the face. Like, wake up, my niggas. This stuff works, man. I don't care what anybody says. Them energy drinks, woo, my man. That stuff, it works. So anyway, all these viewers, man, who's up in the house? Give me a shout out who's in the house. And tell me, my viewers, those of you who are here, can masculinity be toxic? I'd like a yes or a no, please. We're going to discuss it in detail, but I want to know what your opinions are. Can masculinity be toxic? I'm going to open up this window here because this heat in this room is getting toxic. Yo, alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu wa maghfiratuhu. My brother Alvin. Man, I'm not trying to say your last name, bro. Hell no, he says. Can toxic masculinity be can masculinity be toxic? My man says hell no. Morbai says hell no. I agree entirely. Yeah. But we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna drop this. Let's see. A matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull this up right now. Let me just go ahead and do this while we're waiting for the homies to show up. If they show up. If not, I'm going to run this solo. I'm going to go, yeah, it's true. Only toxic feminism. So, share screen, Chrome tab, definition. Boom, there we go. So, toxic. Yeah, I'll accept your cookies. You can go away. They don't taste good without milk. Definition of toxic, entry 1 of 3. Containing or being poisonous material, especially when capable of causing death or serious debilitation. Can masculinity do that? Be poisonous material? No. Especially when capable of causing death or debilitation. Men can do that. Masculinity, men. Let's continue. Exhibiting symptoms of infection or toxosis. Yeah, definitely off mark. Extremely harsh, malicious, or harmful. Is masculinity any of these things? Extremely harsh, malicious, or harmful? No, it's not. Relating to or being an asset that has lost so much value that it cannot be sold on the market. This is probably what feminists mean. They think men have no value. Men are trash, as they say. So this is probably their definition right here. Toxic as a noun. Toxic substance usually used in plural. Poison. Toxicology. Synonyms. Envenomed. Poison. Poisoned. Poisonous. Venomous. Synonyms in a noun. Bane. Poison. Toxin. Venom. Non-poisonous. Antonyms, guys. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, hey, there's my man.
What's up? I'm having a little bit of difficulty right now. So
Okay.
something's weird with my Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yeah, it's me
So
every
so
week.
I'm yeah yeah I don't know. So I'm actually running on my iPhone's like I'm doing a
Oh,
hotspot off of my
okay.
iPhone. So
Nice. I mean, if it works,
surprisingly clear.
yeah, yeah, it's probably better than mine. What's up, gracious? Wa alaikum
Yeah.
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa
Oh
barakatuhu, Sheikh Shakil.
oh dang! Look at we're already live. We already got a bunch of comments, and we're talking
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. We're
toxic
live. I decided to go ahead
masculinity.
and try and get started on time.
I know.
Um,
Yeah, you know what it is you were like these bums, Bobby and Sadiq are just taking their sweet time. So we're getting taught a lesson right now. I recognize. It's all good.
hey, I know what it's like. When you got keeping the head nice and clean, man. I know what kind of work that is, bro. So I ain't hating, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, this is every other day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
like
got where. Oh, I don't have it here. I usually got my shaver here. I just sit here,
yeah
So I
yeah
know.
every other day. Oh, what's up, Alvin? I see you. Yeah, now only Sadiq. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Oh, is he in?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
just
I beat
connecting
him by
here.
seconds. By seconds. Hold up.
Yeah.
Even though I
So
know he can see me,
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
he's like
talk
in the
anyway.
room, but he's oh no, okay, okay. That's actually admin. That's one of the admins. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So toxic masculinity. Oof.
Man. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Anonymous.
Anonymous assassin.
Yeah,
I mean, those
he's
are the
literally
best
an
kind.
assassin too. I put him on as admin, man. He don't play with these jokers. He's like, wow. Turkey.
Yeah.
Ashamari. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, I was actually thinking maybe we should switch to Tuesdays because it's like Mondays. I was just saying to everybody who's viewing, it's like Mondays is kind of like difficult. We're trying to get everything done first day of the week. It might be better to switch to Tuesday. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm game for it. It seems like Tuesdays probably easier.
Yeah, you and Sadiq know what's going on in my life right now. For
Yeah,
all of you that are watching, I'm the type of person to where I don't like saying something until it's like there. So,
yeah,
no offense, I ain't gonna tell you all yet, but but it's
How you
something
doing,
that's
guys?
big. So
yeah.
yeah, what's up, bro?
How you
So
doing? You
so
right?
just busy. Yeah,
CJ, we are the bald headed crew because we
Mhm.
OGs
yeah,
and OGs knows what's up with the bald head. Come on, man.
Own
Come
it.
on,
We
man.
own it.
yep. Hey
You
man,
see?
you don't want nobody trying to grab your hair, nobody
That's
trying to
right.
do nothing like that. Yeah, no hair, no
Yeah.
nothing. You ain't getting a fistful of nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I was just saying maybe we should switch to Tuesdays because it's like Monday's the first day of the week and we're all kind of busy. First day of the week
Yeah,
trying to get stuff done, and then we like we always end up pushing back to Tuesday. I don't know if it's an idea or not. Maybe we should push to Tuesday.
yeah. I
I don't
think
know.
because they're usually sluggish on Tuesdays as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Usually
And
sluggish.
I
So
think
yeah,
maybe the viewers are the same way because I mean Tuesdays we even get better viewer numbers, so it's like maybe it's better
Is that
to
right?
switch to Tuesday. Yeah, yeah, it's weird. So maybe
Well,
it's better.
traditionally, like even with like the Nelson ratings, I don't know if they don't have that over in Europe, but like in America, when they calculate like how many people are watching a certain show or whatever, that's
Uh huh.
done via a system called the Nelson ratings. And so
Yeah.
like that's where you get the numbers like, oh, 2 million people turned in to watch this show, right? Like that's where they get those numbers from. And typically Tuesdays are like one of the best days that like for a show to be on. You know, I think it's I want to say it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. The 2 T days are
Yeah.
the best days for a television show to be on.
Abu Yusuf says, please crush this important topic. We really need to put this to rest. And the question is, can masculinity be toxic? And I actually had up, let me reshare. I'm going to reshare my screen share. Let me go back here to a Chrome tab, and it is the definition of toxic. And then we're looking at masculinity here. So let me go back up. Toxic is, sorry guys, I know we just jumping right in, you know, but let me just go ahead and throw this out here,
All
since
good.
you know this is what they're here for. Containing or being poisonous material, especially when capable of causing death or serious debilitation. Men can do that, cause death or debilitation. Exhibiting symptoms of infection or toxosis. Extremely harsh, malicious, or harmful. I think this is what a lot of feminists mean. Relating to being an asset that has lost so much value that it cannot be sold on the market. Feminists also mean this in terms of, you know, men are trash. What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
My bad. No, Sadiq forwarded me some video, and I pressed play on it right now, and
Yeah.
I still had the volume all the way up. Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in regards to what you said, toxic masculinity. I think some people, you know, like Neanderthal behavior. I think some people might see that as toxic. You know, just violent, aggressive, uncontrolled masculinity. So I wouldn't say masculinity is toxic, but I think it can be uncontrolled. So if you could play that video I sent, that might be an example of uncontrolled aggression. I don't know if that counts as masculinity, but it's uncontrolled.
Yeah, but you know, and while you're queuing that up, Greg, you know, there's here's the thing. Just from a little bit of what I've seen for the video, Sadiq, you're right. But
Yeah.
just like everything else, okay, to where we're pushing lines, because like now we're hearing from the, usually it's from the far left or whatever, that like words are violence, ideas are violence, you know. So that's where the line with masculinity has been drawn. It's not even like so much doing something anymore, or the way that you act so more. It's just like the idea of, so it's like, oh, you think that men should be tough or what? That's toxic. It's like, you know what I mean? Like not really, you know, that's just traditional. And that's one of the problems that I've had with just about every subject on the internet, is that we have people, okay, that have this soapbox, and when they don't agree with something, whatever it is, right, that traditionalism has just gone out the window. So you know, tradition, especially in religion, right? Whether it's Islam, whether it's Catholicism, whatever, right? It plays a big part in how we get down, to simplify, okay? And the thing is we've been doing things for thousands of years, as a human beings, for sometimes tens of thousands of years, right? But all of a sudden, in this past, you know, 15, 20 years or whatever, we realize that we've been wrong all the rest of the time, and we're just getting it right now. It's like, no, man. No, that's not how it is. You know what I mean? It's just that we're giving everybody a soapbox to talk on. We're giving everybody a platform to just regurgitate these stupid fucking ideas that they have, excuse my language. And it's making for confusion. Not everybody should have a soapbox. Yeah,
that was toxic.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Forgive my toxic.
I think we're gonna have to find your boss.
You better get your toxic masculinity in check, Bobby.
I know. I think you know what? Here, man. I'm just gonna sign off.
Welcome, Omar. Omar's a guest on the show today. Omar is suffering from the backlash of toxic masculinity on Twitter right now.
Bro, I got
Oh, no.
so much heat
What did you
today.
do?
It's ridiculous.
What'd you do?
Was it that?
He acted like a man.
I think you liked it, Sadiq. I think I saw you like it. It was about
I did.
why
know
women
what?
are more than happy to go and slave for 40 hours a week for an employer, and they won't complain about that. But then if they bring their man a coffee in the morning, if their man pays for everything, that's still misogyny.
Yeah, or if you
Yeah.
tie his shoes. You mentioned tie his shoes, and they
I did
really
mention-
lost it.
Bro, it's like if we might want to bring it up actually. I don't know if you can bring it up.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. But let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me share this tab. So now we covered the definition of toxic, right? And now let's look at the definition of masculinity: the quality or nature of the male sex, the quality, state, or degree of being masculine or manly. So now I have to ask, when you say toxic masculinity, you're basically just saying men are toxic. There's no way you can define or separate the actual state of being a man with toxicity according to the definition of toxic masculinity. They are literally saying that men are
Right.
toxic.
Right.
Yeah,
Bro,
I don't
did you
think they'd
see
make
that
any
thing?
secrets about that though.
No. Did you see that
No.
thing the UN put out today?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes,
Man, what the heck is that
Oh my
goofy
God, man.
level
I was
of goofy?
looking at that, and I was thinking like that was something from like The Onion or something, you know, like just some satire,
Like a
or whatever.
satire.
And I'm like, no, this
No,
is
man.
actually from.
They meant it.
It was just something about like how the reason why the world's all messed up is because we're in a patriarchy.
They were blaming COVID on
Oh.
the patriarchy.
Yeah, they're blaming
Unironically,
COVID on the, yeah.
unironically blaming
Right.
COVID on the patriarchy. I was like, oh my god.
Here's
I
that
was
tweet.
just like, holy shit! What
They
is?
want us
Women will
dead.
slave 9 to 5 every day of the
Oh,
week,
my
suck up
favorite.
to their boss, pretend to be happy on the phone to customers, and generally eat crap for a paycheck. But they won't bring their man who pays for everything a coffee in the morning or tie his shoes because that's misogyny.
Oh yeah,
And
you're getting
his-
For what?
tore up a little bit there, aren't you?
Yeah, he's
I'm-
catching flack.
I'm getting
Look,
so
I
much
got a
heat for
comment.
this, dude.
look at that.
I actually got a DM about one of his tweets. You know, the true bravery one.
Oh yeah, that's
The
it.
one-
That's it.
Yeah.
That
So
was, the one,
I
you,
just
that was the one
liked
that you
it.
liked, isn't it?
Yeah, I liked it. And then a female I don't even talk to, she's messaged me and wrote, and then he leaves. Nice one. So basically, she's saying after all of that, I'll forward it to the group, but
Wow.
might want to blur out.
Who are
the
these people that I just have nothing else to do but like go through all of the tweets that you're liking?
The
Okay, Omar,
toxic people
me
with
tell you
toxic
something.
personalities.
Let me tell you
People with too much time on their hands, man.
Okay,
You'll be
so here's the
surprised.
thing. You'll get these people that have like sometimes you might do a post or something like that, and you'll get like this internet mob coming out of you or coming at you rather. But just realize, man, they are so toothless. Like it seems a little overwhelming at first, like especially somebody like if any of you that are watching, and this may happen to you. It'll seem really overwhelming at first. Like all of a sudden, all these people are just like, "Oh, we hate you. You know, you need to die." All this different type of stuff. You know, but it's like they're toothless, and then in a couple days, it's gone, and then that's it. You know, it's just like, oh, you know, forgotten.
Ooh, but it's a couple days sometimes. I mean, Muslim Twitter came at me for almost 2 weeks straight.
Okay, but eventually it goes away. You know,
Yeah, eventually
like,
they go away.
eventually
They lost interest
yeah.
one day and just disappeared. But yeah,
Right.
I think it's because we're getting close to the truth, and it hits a nerve. Like that one that you liked, Sadiq, was about like the bravest thing a woman can do in today's society is raise a family and kids with her man and have a loving family. It was like something like that.
Yeah.
And people are even coming after you for that, like it,
For liking.
because we're getting close to the truth.
Yeah.
It's exposing that so much nonsense, and like the tie your shoes thing. That is there's something about the tying your shoes that really gets them. Like there's the tie your shoes that they cannot. It like triggers. They're like robots that are programmed to respond to
They're
things.
close to the ground.
And like as soon as it comes in with the tie your shoes, it's like bzz, and then they're like rage, hate. You know, they're all it's all the same shit. They already came after Abuamerican for his video on his wife. You know. Oh shit! I think someone just ringed the bell. Hang on, guys. I've got to go let someone in.
Turn off your camera real quick.
Submissiveness,
There you
masculinity, patriarchy, polygamy. These are their trigger points.
Yeah.
Mention any of these things, and it is, you know.
Go ahead, Craig.
No, no, go ahead, please, because I'll go
No,
on a rant. I'll
I
take
was
off
just
for a
gonna.
half hour.
Yeah, I know it. No, what's really dope about my wife, man. First of all, for those of you that don't know, I've known my wife since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
We got married in our 30s, but like I've known her from when I was a kid, and like close, not just known her, like known who she was, but like she was close with my family and all that stuff from a long time, right? And when we first got together, we were making about the same amount of money. I was actually making a little bit more. She's an RN, and for those that don't live in America, an RN stands for registered nurse, and it's just a high level of nurse in America. And but when I decided to quit being a millwright, quit working in oil refineries, quit whatever, right? It wasn't even something that I came to on my own. She was the one that was like, you have a real talent for this. You should really go for it. Do. I don't mind supporting you. I don't mind doing whatever until you make it, this and that. And she was right. You know what I mean? Like she was right with everything. And she still kept up. So it's like the good women are out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the good women are there to where they'll stand by. You just got to vet and make sure. And by the way, Craig, aka Abuamerican, has a course on vetting that you can find a good woman. But like they're there. It's not like they just don't exist anymore. And we're talking about toxic masculinity and all women are just garbage.
Yeah.
They're they exist. But it's like that's one thing that I will never not give her props for. Because it wasn't even my mind to, be a full-time writer and to pursue this direction. And it's like now I've got all these different opportunities because she was willing to be like, hey, I'll support you and do whichever and go to work and, make sure that you're able to take this off and what. So they exist. And it's not like all women should be lumped into this, we believe in toxic masculinity BS. Yeah. Okay, because there are some good ones out there.
Yeah, I just want to take the opportunity to say that I do not believe that masculinity can be toxic. When we look at the history of man, everything men have done, even when it comes down to restrictions and limitations, have generally been put in place for the protection of women and children and old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go out at night. It's not because we was afraid that you were going to go out and party, whatever else. They let you do that now. It's because there was bad people out at night back in those days. And if you went out at night, you usually ended up kidnapped, raped, killed, or all of the above, enslaved, something like this. So in general, men and everything they did and everything they built, including the society we live in today, was built by men for the purpose and the express purpose of bettering the lives of their women, their children, and even themselves. There's nothing toxic. Yeah. I just want to say that.
Do you find, guys, that these opinions are more prevalent online? Because I don't come across people, I don't hear these things in real life. Do you know what I mean?
But it's yes and no, Sadiq. There's a very loud minority online, but the problem with that is that the loud women, especially, are very cognizant of their environment, and they really want to conform, and they want to hold the same opinions that all the other women hold, and sort of most of them are very pressured by this. So when you have a very loud and vocal minority that's constantly pushing this kind of stuff, then even the women that aren't like on the extreme end of it, they'll still see it and they'll think, oh, this is how I'm supposed to think. This is what all the other women are thinking. So it rubs off on them anyway. Even though they aren't the ones hurling the abuse, they're still affected by it and they start to internalize this belief. And this brings me on to another point I was going to say. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Yeah.
No. Go. Keep rolling. Go ahead.
So you were talking about, I came in halfway through earlier, but I think you were talking about your wife and how she'd been a great support to you. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
So there are definitely good women out there. However, your wife, I assume, is kind of she's probably a little bit older, I guess. So she's from a different generation. Like a lot of the really young women now have basically been raised with this stuff. So if you go out and you're talking to your average 22-year-old, like they've really internalized this stuff, and the idea that it might be preferable for her to allow her man to provide for everything and focus on having children and raising them, even that idea is offensive to them. and I would say that is the majority of young women in the West now.
So,
That is the reality of it.
My wife is Armenian, okay, and like so they're a little bit more old school and old world in the way that they think. So there is that. I will give you that. It is definitely more the minority nowadays, to where women are thinking along the lines of conservatism. I mean, totally. You know, everything is kind of geared more towards, you know, being progressive, being more liberal, and that type of narrative definitely falls within that. Sure, I agree.
I would say that my experience with this entire like mentality is more online than offline. I mean, I do see social expressions of it and even attempts at it, but you can tell it's not natural. So online, people will express verbally in written form all sorts of like, you know, feminist, anti-male, male toxicity type of, you know, talk and languages. But then when you actually meet people personally, you can see there's like this. Okay, let me just be direct and honest. I'm speaking about women in general, you know, and it's like you can tell that there's this like feminist wall that they think they need to put up in order to be respected. But then at the same time, you can also tell it's artificial. And then so when it breaks down, you can tell they're more relaxed, they're more at ease, they're more natural, you know, because it's not a natural condition or state to walk around thinking like everything is toxic and everything's like, you know, like it's just combative. And most people are not combative in nature, you know. And I had this conversation with a girl before I broke it off, and I said I wasn't going to marry her. You know, I made a joke, and she was like, "That's so." She called it something along the line of toxic, but it was just like you could just tell it was so forced to actually say it. And I was just like, "Dude, you don't even believe that. I can hear in your voice. I've been talking to you for months. It's just not real, you know." And so most people. You know, what they exhibit offline is not the same as what they exhibit online, you know, and this is also a problem on its own, that, you know, people are duplicit in terms of who they are on and offline. You know, I think Omar's been to my house several times. We've hung out. We've traveled around Germany. I mean, I think he can pretty much tell you that I'm the same guy on and offline. I don't have too many different switches, you know. I don't have like this speed and that speed. So I mean that you meet people and then in one setting they're like this and the next one they're like that. That should tell you a lot about them already. I have a very interesting video. Would you guys like to watch this video?
Sure. You know, that's one of the best compliments that I receive from people. Like, I mean, I know they want to compliment me on my writing or on my whichever, but like one of my most favorite compliments is like, wow, you're just like who I thought you would be, you know, or you're just like how you are, whatever. That it's such a good, just the authentic, you know, being authentic, just being who you are. So I agree with that. Okay, this looks like trouble already.
You guys ready for this Dookie show?
I can tell already from her face she's gonna come out with some BS.
And I'm just like, nope.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. Okay, here we go.
With all these men getting fired and accused of sexual harassment, the phrase toxic masculinity is in the air, and everything from sexual assault to mass shootings. But what is toxic masculinity?
Great question.
Masculinity refers to performed behaviors that have been attributed to manhood.
Okay, so already right off the bat, when we look at like the Merriam-Webster definition of masculinity, she's already like making up stuff that's not true. You know, it's already like her definition of what masculinity is already wrong. You know, I mean,
she didn't even. There was no footnote, no whatever that she pulled that definition from. Like it was just like, this is what it means. Yeah,
so this is that whole leftist recreation of language. You know, we're going to redefine what words mean. We're going to change it from one thing to mean something else.
And by the way, just so you know, when you watch videos like this or like who made by whatever, if you'll notice, a lot of time they'll put script with it, even though you can totally understand what they're saying. They'll put the words up with it, and the reason why is people tend to believe what they read. So even though you're listening to this broad talk and whatever, because you're reading along with her, you're like, oh, well, I read it. It must be true. You know, so
there's
that's
another
like
thing going on here too.
That's a trick that they do.
Bobby, you're a copywriter, aren't you? From what I recall, or at least you do a little bit of it.
Yeah, that's something. That's
so you probably understand like some of the fundamental principles of persuasion. So when you take two words and you keep putting them together over and over and over again, they start to get associated together in people's
Right.
minds. It's a subconscious
Correct.
thing. So if you take the word toxic and you take the word masculinity and you
Yeah.
put it together over and over and over again, you drill in a phrase that goes
Sure.
into people's mind, and the box of toxic goes next to where masculinity is, and those two things get subconsciously linked up. So you
Sure.
you have demonized everything about masculinity by repeating those two words together.
Right. Agreed. Yeah.
Let's continue into this front row seat at a crap show.
Toxic refers to a subset of violent, destructive, or oppressive behaviors performed in an attempt to live up to a mythological idea of masculinity. Think Batman, for example.
Wait, now, look how slick that is. Do you see how slick that was? A
already.
mythological idea of what masculinity is, but she doesn't define where does this idea of this mythical idea of what masculinity is? Well, where does it come from? Actually, maybe she covers it. Let's let her continue. Actually, this.
Yeah. Let's see what she has.
He's intelligent, self-sacrificing, and dedicated to justice. Great. But some of his behavior is toxic. His aggression, emotional detachment, and misogynistic control over women are all forms of toxic masculinity. We're not saying
Is she calling Batman toxic?
Why is she smutting up Batman, man?
Dude, she's
hating
never
on
going to get
Batman.
anywhere with this because most SJWs love comic books. So she's not going to get anywhere here by dissing
We're missing
Batman.
the bigger picture here. She's literally using Batman as a definition of toxic masculinity. I'm sorry. When was the last time any of us saw Batman driving down the street on our way to shopping and buying some food or heading over to the steak shop? She's bringing a fictional character to try and bring in what.
How many of us have been to Gotham? You know what I'm saying?
She couldn't pick somebody real. There's not enough toxic men in real life that she had to pick a fictional character. Really.
Yeah. I mean, next stop, Metropolis. Come on.
Exactly.
What's happening over here?
And she couldn't bring up Pol Pot or something,
Yeah.
maybe Hitler. No.
The Joker. I mean, hey, the Joker at least. What's wrong with that?
It's actually it's also a terrible example, not just because Batman is fictional, but also because Batman is a hero. He literally sacrifices himself to save Gotham.
He's ridiculous because
he's violent only against evil criminals.
Exactly. Batman fights the worst of humanity. Were you gonna go in there and give him bear hugs? Like, come here. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Joker. Come here, Joker.
We need
a
movement. Defund Batman.
Joker. It's not your fault.
Batman.
Say it with me, Joker. That's it. Cry it out, Joker. Come here. Cry it out, Joker.
Defund Batman. He's out.
No. Joker was just tragically misunderstood. He just needed needed someone, a man who was truly in touch with his emotions, to come and talk to him. And then he would have been like, "Oh man, I was just an evil fuck. Maybe I should have, everything's fine now." That would have solved it.
No, it's not his fault. It's his father. It's his father.
He's tragically misunderstood.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't really need an ass whipping.
Saying that men are toxic, but their behavior can be.
Oh, wait,
Everyone
wait.
is
Let's go back over here. Let me back up. Hold on.
But their behavior can be.
What did she say? She
Everyone.
said something that I missed.
We're not saying that men are toxic, but their behavior can be. Everyone is capable of these behaviors.
Oh, wait. So if everyone's capable of these behaviors, why are they using the term toxic masculinity? Why aren't they calling it toxic behaviors? Toxic mannerisms.
Yeah. I mean, are women
toxic attributes.
Are women capable of this behavior?
Well, she said everyone.
Yeah,
so why is
understood.
toxic masculinity a term if she's admitting that everyone is capable of these behaviors?
Right. Dirty.
Someone help me out here.
I mean,
there's no logic to it. I mean, we all know that.
Exactly. There's no logic.
What happened to Sadiq? Sadiq, are you still there, or is he just paused out?
I think he paused out. I think he had something to do.
Yeah.
He's
okay. Got him.
Let's see.
The reason this exists is because we have a problem with the cultural definition of what a real man is. Manhood is framed in opposition to womanhood. So a toxic view of masculinity.
Whoa. You gotta back this up and catch this. Hold on right here. Catch this point right here.
Of what a real man is.
Manhood
right is framed in opposition to womanhood. So
framed in opposition to womanhood according to who?
Yeah.
Feminists only do this.
Because manhood and womanhood are like this, or like Oh no, but for real.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't want no hate. Okay, like this, like.
Oh yeah.
But
Complimentary,
seriously
yes.
though,
Sure.
what's up with
Oh,
that?
dude. Oh, Craig, I see what you're saying. She's assumed the frame that they're in opposition,
Yeah.
or
Right.
like from the start.
But nobody puts
Oh, yeah,
men
that's
and
very
women in
clever.
opposition to one another except feminists. They're
That's
the
very
only
clever.
ones who do this. You don't see men going around here like, well, I'm so awesome. A girl can't do this. We don't do that. Guys don't do that. Women do that. Well, why are only men in this and such job? Do we ask why are only women in such and such jobs? We're like, no, what do I need to do to get into that career field if we're interested in that career field? We don't ask why there's only women in it. We just want to know, how do we get into it?
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Yeah, you're right. She's made it. She's already assumed the precept that men and women is a combative relationship rather than a complementary relationship. Anyways.
This is toxic. Well, it's so wrong in the first place to listen to women's ideas.
I know.
This comment
think
was
we
made
can
by a
stop-
woman.
or stop right there. Good one, Mrs. Abu. That's absolutely correct.
Oh my. Oh, shall we continue with this madness here?
A toxic view of masculinity sees anything feminine as a threat to masculinity. Boys are taught at a young
I'm sorry. Bobby, Sadiq,
Who is this
Omar.
fraud, man?
are you guys threatened by women in something that you do?
No.
As a matter of fact, I
got nothing.
Enjoy. Hey, after doing a dime in the joint, okay, I enjoy the presence of femininity. You know what I mean? I mean, I've spent so much time around only men that if I never had to hang out with an only men group for the rest of my life, I'd be all right with it. You know what I'm saying? And Steve knows what I'm talking about. That's why he's laughing right now, because he's like, yeah, real talk, Obi. Because it's just like,
We got to ask the crowd.
I enjoy the feminine. So this I just think like she doesn't have a lot of life experience, I think, is what's going on.
So
She's
to
also-
the viewers,
she's also
everybody
talking
watching, what do you guys the viewers, what do you feel threatened by as a man from women and the feminine? What in the feminine and what part of an aspect of your life do you feel threatened by women? Please tell me in the comment section, guys. We're gonna continue the video, and we will get you we'll get you your man card back.
Yeah, let's hear this.
I don't think this woman really knows what femininity actually is.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, by the looks of it, anyway.
Let's see what this chick is talking about.
age to be aggressive, competitive, and strong at all costs. We see this played out whenever a boy is bullied for being weak because they were crying or expressing emotion. So toxically masculine behavior occurs when men feel they need to defend or assert this unhealthy idea of masculinity. This
Okay, look. I think everybody here can agree that we understand that you cannot be that little crying biatch amongst the crew. We can't have weakness in our tribe. It comes from a tribal, aspect of humanity where it's like, you can't have weakness in the tribe because that invites attack. You can't be weak. Yeah. It's true. I'll give her that. But you know what? It's not toxic. We aren't toxic. He's toxic for being weak because he's inviting attack upon us.
You know the thing is, she can only say this in a modern world because if we was back to being hunter-gatherers, she'll be relying on our masculinity because she won't be able to do nothing herself in the wild. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. The reality is
20 minutes outside the cave.
Yep. There's no place in tribal society, and of course we live in a very loose tribal society that now we call like nations and states. But back in the days, like you said, there was no space for like weakness. Not in men. Women and children, you could afford that to them, but for men, well, it's just not available. And so, basically, shaming men out of their weakness, is that toxic? I don't think so. You're making them a better man. How many people have been bullied and they turn out to be like really tough and rough guys, and not in the negative way, if there is such a thing as, well, yeah, there is such a thing as being negative, but
I was bullied as a kid.
Hey,
straight up.
Everybody
I was
faced
I
some sort
was
of bullying at some
I
point.
was the
Yeah,
tallest kid in
totally,
the
man.
class, and I was skinny as a fucking pencil. You know what I mean? Like I got my bully on. You know, for those of you that don't know, okay, the weakest the weakest section of a chain, you know, the weakest link, right? And that's when you're talking about men that have to pull the weight, that have to pull the weight of the tribe, pull the weight of the
Mhm.
society, do whichever, right? You don't want those weak, cracked links in there, you know, because that one dude, you know, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, right?
Mm.
So you can have it all pulling or whatever, but that one guy that's just like, you know, and the whole thing falls. So
Yeah.
this is just a misunderstanding, or at least with this
Mm.
woman anyway, that she doesn't understand how that works.
No.
Straight up.
It's a real problem though, Bobby, because this we're laughing at this video now, but this is the kind of thing that is going to get shown to primary school teachers and secondary school
Yeah,
teachers who
Yeah,
are mostly
yeah,
people
women,
people are
who are
learning
mostly
off of
women,
this.
yeah,
and they're going to bring this attitude and apply it to disputes between their students. So there's going to be, if
Yeah.
there's a kid bullying another one, they're going to be like, well, oh, it's not, you know, he's just not in touch with his emotions
yeah.
anymore. This is a real, like, I got a story about this. This is a real issue for me. It's even when I was at school, this was already a kind of starting. So I was bullied at school. I had a kid that used to give me shit, and like I had some problems with it. So I went to the teacher. I'm like, what can I do about this? And she was like, oh, well, we're gonna go to the headmaster and we're gonna talk about it. So we did that, and I went to the headmaster and talked about it. And obviously, you could all think how that ended up. Like he was like, that just made it way worse for me because now I was the kid that dobbed him in, and he got in trouble, and I went running to the teacher, right? So that was
Yeah.
just terrible way to deal with it. So I was like, shit, that didn't work. What am I going to do now? So the next time this kid did something, I waited till the end of the class, and then I waited outside the class for him. And as he came out, I grabbed him by the throat, I slammed him up against the wall, and I screamed in his face. And I said, if you ever do anything to me ever again, I'll fucking kill you. And the guy never gave me any problems ever again. That was it. That's all I need to do, solve the problem. But every bit of advice I got from all of the teachers there, even my parents gave me bad advice about how to deal with that situation. And
Yeah.
today it's like 10 times worse than that.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well,
more women and a more feminized way
you,
of pushing how to deal with it.
you want to know why? Is because women are very vocal in just not only their problem solving, but their being in general, right? Like they like to talk. Like I don't know how many of you have heard the statistic, like women talk like say 4 or 5 times as many words just in a day that men do. You know, they're very vocal in how they work, and that's also in their problem solving as well. And the simple fact of the matter is, violence solves problems. Okay,
It really
violence or
does.
the threat of violence. Ultimately, that's what everything boils down to. I mean, even in modern day society, it's violence. You know, example: don't pay your taxes, don't pay your property taxes, right? They may tell you pay your taxes, and if you're just like, hey, screw you, I'm not going to do it. Eventually, they will come and forcibly take you away, or
Yeah.
forcibly take you out of your whichever, right? And that's on a civilized level. So just imagine, you know, when you go just a little bit below civil, how things can turn out. So
Yep.
getting this type of information from women who are used to problem solving with words, you know, men are much more effective at problem solving with muscle, you know, with violence. And that's just how it's always been, and it'll continue to be. Wars are violent.
Yeah.
Wars are
But
the
you make a good point,
ultimate
Bobby.
problem solver.
What we have here is a problem of women who have zero experience in being men and living life as men, trying to define what masculinity is. It's like Bill
Yeah.
Burr said in his comedy skit. Can you imagine if I came to a woman and said, you know, in the 3rd trimester, when you're about to have the baby, you're going to feel this pressure. And I'm saying this as a man. I would be laughed. It would be laughed. I'd be laughed out the room if I started talking about the experience and what it takes and what it is to be pregnant as a woman.
Right.
If I came as a man and I wasn't a trans man or anything like this, just 100% like I am right now, born and raised as a man, and I start talking about what it's like to be pregnant, what
Sure.
gives her any sort of authority to understand what it is and what it takes to be a man?
Nothing.
That you can now
None.
define masculinity.
They have no
This
idea.
is not something
and they have
masculinity. But I'm just saying, masculinity is something that you go through. That's why we had rites of passage, because it's something. It's an experience. You can't LARP this. You can't just look from the outside with a notepad. Yes, well, oh, masculinity. Well, no, you got to live this. You can't define it as a woman. The hell.
Yeah.
And they try though. They try so hard. And someone mentioned a phrase earlier, a real man. Dude, I've had that 4 or 5 times today. We're like, oh, you're not a real man because you do this. Coming from women. I'm like, what would you know about what a real man is?
Yeah.
Women need to, they really need to just stop trying to tell men what masculinity is. They have no idea. They got enough problems being women. Women are a mess. Let's sort themselves out first and stop telling men how they should be. Because they don't know anyway.
And Muzzy brings up a good point here.
He really
one
does.
You just threw up. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get back to this crazy chick.
This can mean doubling down on toxic behavior, such as denial of feelings, verbal abuse, and physical or sexual violence.
Are you crazy? Don't talk about my mother!
In our patriarchal society, masculinity is valued over femininity.
Pause a sec. That kid sounded like he was getting back about the bully because the bully was being mad at bully was talking bad about his mum.
Yeah.
This seems like an appropriate response to me.
Hey,
Am I the only one here?
Too. She said physical or sexual violence. All right, now check it out. You want to know what toxic masculinity is? All right, if you come to the joint and you come with a rape charge, guess what happens to you?
Oh.
Nothing nice.
Yeah.
Nothing nice. Okay,
Yeah.
That real masculinity don't put up with that shit or that stuff. So like, I mean, she's talking toxic masculinity about sexual thing. No, the real men, they ain't with
They
that.
protect women.
That ain't,
Real men protect women.
right. Right.
Yeah. Let's get back into this this madness here.
Masculine presenting people are encouraged to show domination over women and feminine presenting people. This can be displayed in the form of sexual objectification, possessiveness, and predatory behavior.
I got another point.
She said sexual objectification. Can you imagine in 2020, the year of the Rona, where more women are choosing OnlyFans as a career for themselves, she's blaming men for sexualization and objectification of women. Really?
Go on Instagram.
Yeah.
There is not a man that is forcing that woman to stick her ass in the camera.
I can't believe this was my idea to watch this video. This is killing me. This was my idea.
Bro, I'm just looking at her face where you got it paused right now, and I'm already like, I'm getting more and more bent. Like, she doesn't have to say a word. I can just tell by the way this broad looks. Like, I'm just
she's got a preachy look about her. She's one of those. She's a preacher.
Junkie. She looks like she doubled with drugs during her teenage years, and you know what I mean. She's got that look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like she's trying to reform her life, like trying to make up for it now. Yeah. All those bad decisions. She's got the tramp stamp and the herpes that won't ever go away.
Oh
yeah.
But I know we're laughing at this, man. I've spoken to like school teachers, for example, who really believe this stuff. They really believe this, and they use it in there, and they treat men and they treat the girls and the boys the same, and they really believe that boys are act out because they aren't in touch with their emotions enough. You know, the same way that girls would. They really, and we have a whole generation of young boys who are completely messed up and basically hate any aspect of manliness about themselves. It's a serious problem, man.
Who is this woman? What's her name? I want to know.
I don't know. Just on this channel called The Advocate. I don't know who she is.
There's also a dangerous sense of entitlement that comes from the narrative saying that the more masculine you are, the more entitled you are to respect, power, a job, and sex. When women disagree or say no, aggression, anger, or violence can follow because they're denied what is owed to this masculine sense of power. This toxic sense of entitlement contributes to the rampant rape culture in this country.
Oh, I know she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Did she just say there's a rampant rape culture in America?
Because of masculinity. Oh.
Someone show me rampant rape culture in America. Rampant rape culture in America.
Rape culture.
What?
Oh my God.
They should check out.
Someone give me some stats here. Who got stats? Can we bring up stats? Hold on, let me check these stats here. I need to look up rape stats.
No, but that's that thing. Is she's talking about masculinity means sexual assault or rape when real men ain't with that. I'm telling you,
they are.
Hey, for those of you that are watching right now, let me tell you something. In the decade that I did on the inside, easily, okay, the worst crimes against humanity I've ever seen in my life. Okay, like I'm just talking about awful, gnarly, nasty stuff done to other people were done to child molesters and rapists. Hands down.
Yeah. I could vouch for that.
Like, yeah. So I mean, this idea that that's somehow permissible or no, man. This broad doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
She really doesn't. I'm looking, but it's like really, it's really hard to like get something that's like a nice, clear visualization.
We need like a Jamie, like on Joe Rogan. Pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, I need Jamie. Okay, so hold on. Let me go ahead and share this screen before we go back to this crazy hoe. I mean, can I say that? I guess I can. Let me switch. Let me stop this one, and I need to share a new screen. Where is it? Rape statistics by country. So here we go. We got at the top, South Africa.
Oh yeah.
So and then let's see where is it? Wait a minute. Let me see.
There's the United States, right in the middle there.
Oh, the United States isn't even in the top 10?
No, it's like just showing up. Like, let me find the next one. Oh, 106.
I would. You know what would be great? I think for this lady in the video here, what would be a really good experience for her is if we would take her and just drop her in the middle of, let's say, Botswana.
South America.
Just drop her in some village in the middle of nowhere in Botswana, and I think maybe she might change her mind pretty quick about what she thinks toxic is.
Well, nobody gets raped in Liechtenstein. She needs to move. Tell her move to Liechtenstein because nobody gets raped there. Look at this, Egypt. Come on, man. We know Egypt is. I'm not gonna say anything about it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, me either. Yeah. The United States is supposed to be like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Number 14 on the list. I don't believe it, man. It's rape. Someone show me this rampant rape culture in the United States. I just don't see it. It's like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. Anyway, let's go back to this crazy chick. I mean maybe I'm wrong.
Statistically, rapes happen. Okay,
Yeah,
but
obviously,
like a rampant rape culture, yeah, get the hell out.
I don't think it's encouraged by Americans, though.
Exactly.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, her name's Alison Tate. That's who she is.
Did you catch that? Let's go back here.
Did she say threat to humanity? Maybe I misread that.
Effects on.
Here we go. This is it. This is what they want.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? I'm not even hearing anything.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, you're not hearing it?
The sound's not coming through.
Ah, okay, hold on. Let me fix that.
I just saw the text.
Yeah, I forgot to hold on. That's my fault. Here we go. All right, I sorted it. Let me back that up. This chick is, man, she's definitely on drugs.
Did she get paid? She might
Toxic
be an actor.
masculinity can also lead to homophobia because the attraction to men is considered feminine and therefore a threat to straight masculinity. Transphobia towards trans women occurs when they are wrongly perceived as men pretending to be women.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
What else is it?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. There's another thing she said about homophobia. I don't think most men aren't homophobic. It's like I'm not afraid of definition going out my house and be like, oh my god, gay people. Like that's not really what it is. It's just like I just don't agree with it.
I don't know if this is gonna get me. Actually, I don't want to get doxxed and get banned. But in my humble opinion, there are two genders, and there are chromosomes. And these chromosomes, I don't care what you do, you got double X or you got an X and a Y. And
Careful.
I don't care what you cut off or what you add, your chromosomes don't change. That means you're always what you were.
The perceived thing that they're pretending
You're LARPing.
to
You are
be-
pretending.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
The fact that this even needs to be spelled out is tragic, to be honest.
Awful. Yeah,
It should be completely obvious to everybody.
Guys, if this channel gets pulled, you can find me on Abuamerican.com.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of having to constantly filter everything because we might offend someone that's believing some fantasy nonsense.
But that's
so
the
what?
world we're in.
If we get banned, I mean, well, I'm saying on your channel, so I suppose you're taking the heat for it. But I'd rather get banned from everything right now rather than try to have to.
Let me be clear, for the YouTube censors, we are in no way, shape, or form advocating violence against any group, religious, sexual preference, or what else can you say in terms of that? Preference or identification whatsoever. Not socially, not physically, not emotionally. We are not advocating violence against anyone. This should not be misconstrued nor understood. Okay, PSA finished. Yeah. Let's continue with this. Look at her. She looked like she got ran over a couple of times, man. She looks like one of them cats that like got hit in the road and and it just kept on getting drived over and nobody cleaned it up. Look at her, man.
Right. She does look like she's on drugs. She looks like she's had a good dose of ketamine.
Man. I'm telling you, she's on drugs.
She's a writer,
like
director, and producer, and she does stuff in the HuffPost. Oh, there you go. Red flag number one. Yeah.
They're mentally ill. Like this woman as well is mentally ill. With the stuff that she's half in line with the stuff that she's saying. You could see it on her face, man. That's not a normal person's face.
She's hurt. She's been hurt really bad in the past. Daddy issues. Probably been abused herself. Yeah. Look at that.
And she's
not.
She's got 695 followers on Twitter, and she's a friggin' writer.
Wow.
And director. Yeah.
Pathetic. Just like this video.
Yeah.
Trans women, especially trans women of color, are more likely to experience violence, often from the men who date them and feel their straight masculinity was diminished because they were with a man.
Why is she bringing black people into this?
Yeah, no. I know, right? Why you got to throw us under the bus, man? What's up, man? What's up with that?
Come on, man. What's up?
I don't even appreciate that. That's racist, man.
I know. That almost kind of feels like that.
Where's Black Lives Matter right now, man? Oh, yeah, that's right. They got her back. Damn.
Leave us out.
But come on, let's be honest here. If you're not honest about yourself as an individual and you dupe someone into believing something that you were dishonest about, you know what I'm saying? She's basically saying it's okay to dupe people. I mean, can you imagine that? She's literally saying it's okay to be dishonest with people in terms of a relationship, especially a sexual one, because that's what she's talking about. She's saying it's fine to be duplicit and dishonest. And then if you feel offended because you ended up in a situation with a person that you normally would not have entered into, you took away their right of choice, which is what they say is a big thing for women, right? A woman has a right to choose. But then when this person dupes you and removes your right to choose whether or not you want to be with somebody, now all of a sudden it's toxic masculinity? Do these people actually think and listen to what they say?
No, they're not. They're not constrained by any logic. So they don't care. They don't care that they're illogical. They really don't care that their arguments don't make any sense. That's not what.
Do you remember the old Jerry Springers?
Jerry Springers.
Yeah, do you remember? He would say, "I'm a man," and then the guy would just flip out, and you know what I mean. And that was like 20 years ago. That was the first time I ever even saw something like that. Someone said that they were a man, but they were dressed like a woman. So it was like a slow indoctrination.
I think it's a kind of, it's part of a broader, like, and I hesitate to almost use these words, but it's like a psychological war. If you twist reality enough and you confuse people enough and you make everything mean its opposite enough, people get so confused that they just give up trying to piece any sense out of it at all, and they just go with what authority tells them. So you're essentially confusing people into being compliant. If you keep telling them enough stuff that's backwards and doesn't make sense, and you keep drilling into them, people just give up trying to have any critical reasoning faculties whatsoever, and they're just like, oh, this is too difficult. I'm just going to accept what. And then you get everyone just very easy to. Everyone's compliant. Everyone's very easy to control, and you can just make.
We're getting so much out of this 4-minute video, man, and we're like we're just halfway through. Let me play this crazy chick some more.
Trans men also suffer from the perception of diluting masculinity by being women pretending to be men. It can also impact men.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's absolutely right. Let me tell you something. And I've seen some of these converted women to men. And the simple fact of the matter is like, you're not a guy. The reality is you still got a VJJ. How many times have we seen these trans men end up pregnant? We've seen it multiple times, right? It's like some dude running around with a beard and he's pregnant, and you're like, oh, that's not a dude. If you've got ovaries, you know what you're not? You're not a guy. You can get pregnant. How many men can get pregnant? How many of you guys have been pregnant? How many of you guys have been pregnant?
Yeah,
because it doesn't work like that.
Is it more common for men to try to become women, or vice versa? Because I hear about the former a lot more. No,
I mean, yeah, mostly men try to become women, but there are a few women who have become men and then gotten pregnant. Which is I don't understand why you try and be a man if you're going to go get yourself pregnant. It just doesn't make sense. I can never make sense of it. It's the weirdest thing. You walking around with a big old beard, and a bunch of muscles and a pregnant belly, and I'm just like, wait, what the?
It's like that movie with the whole Schwarzenegger. When he was right at the end of his acting career, he did that movie where he got.
I remember that. Was it Junior? Was it Junior?
Yeah, it was something like that.
They're so gonna pull this episode. This episode's getting yanked. I can tell you right now, guys. Yeah. Enjoy this episode because this is getting pulled.
Why is it getting pulled? What have we said?
Dude, we're just like we're breaking all the rules. Trust me.
Bro, I've been holding back. If I was going to really express myself, my goodness.
Yeah. Let's continue with this madness and see if we can finish. We're over an hour already.
And who date trans people because other men might shame them for dating a trans person. Lesbians and bisexual women can also be victims of toxic outlash for denying men their entitlement to women's bodies and attention. Really? Toxic masculinity can also appear within the LGBT community. What? Shorthand like mask for mask or no femmes can be exclusionary to more feminine presenting gay men. It's okay to be attracted to certain people, but don't devalue others in the process.
Now look, this is slick. You see how slick that was? That was sneaky. Man, props to her for this one. That was sneaky. You are not allowed to have preferences. You can't have preferences. I want a feminine woman. Well, why are you devaluing and diminishing other masculine women?
This is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is like something. Yubi has a good tweet about this.
It doesn't make
tweet
sense.
I'm sorry. I don't want to deal with masculine Fatima coming along with her strap on. I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. Okay, it's not my thing. I ain't messing with it. All right. I got my preferences. You don't take that away from me. No,
it sounds very transphobic to me, Abu.
I figured if we're going to get banned, we might as well just get banned entirely.
I mean, I'm sure she has her preferences.
No, she's not allowed to. We're going to take them from her.
Yeah,
she's devaluing those who she's not preferred to or she has a preference towards. No proclivities for you, good sir.
It doesn't work that way. It's one-sided, and you know it.
Yes. Tucson, absolutely. You're right. We're living in bizarre world. You're absolutely right.
Everything is upside down. Black is white, up is down, men or women, it's all backwards.
Oh, man.
Right.
Let's see what she's saying.
Within lesbian and queer women spaces, butch or more masculine presenting women can perform toxic behavior if their expressions of masculinity are possessive or abusive to their partners.
Wait. So now she's saying that women who are born women are toxically masculine. Wait. She just said that lesbian women display toxic masculinity, but at the start, didn't she say that this was like men?
Yeah,
how is a lesbian toxically masculine? Oh, help me out, guys. Here, because
they're eating themselves up from the inside here.
The butch lesbians basically are toxic in their behavior.
Let me check this timestamp.
Wow.
Hold on, let me see. Timestamp is
so-
we're at 309. So let me go back here. Let me at 309.
Okay.
So let's see here.
Okay, so
refers to
check it out.
performed
Does that,
behaviors that have been attributed to manhood.
Right. Okay. Attributed to manhood. Okay. So maybe she's playing with words now.
So wait a second. So like if it's a woman, like
First,
a
learn more-
transgender man, right? Like, but the man started out as a woman. Does that mean that woman can be like have toxic masculinity? That doesn't make sense to me, because like she's or he or whatever they want to say, but she was a woman, and now she's a man. So like, does that somehow carry over? I mean, is that what she meant when she said everyone can have these attributes? This is all very confusing to me. Like, there's nothing straightforward. There's nothing like, this is just what it is. It's like you got to go through this maze to follow the logic, and that's how you know it's bullshit. Or yeah, I mean, that's how you know.
It's giving
If
me a
I've got to
headache
do
here.
mental gymnastics, yeah, exactly. If I get a headache or I have to do mental gymnastics to follow your train of thought, it's BS.
Yeah. Okay. She's about to tell us what we can do now to reduce our
God.
masculine toxicity. See, let's see what great ideas she has now.
Oh boy, I'm ready.
More about toxic masculinity, how it appears in our culture and in ourselves. Second, define your own masculinity. You get to decide what masculinity means to you. It doesn't have to be in opposition to femininity. It can be in cooperation with it. Masculinity does not have to come at the expense of your own emotions, and it does not need to be defended with violence. Listen to survivor stories and believe them. Practice things.
What? Where'd that come in? Survivor stories. What?
So what's with the music in the background?
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's all like cheery and ding da ding and ukuleles playing in the back. What the hell now? What was this?
And just like believe
God.
everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, because we haven't seen any, one second.
Look at, and what's the name of this? It says, what is toxic masculinity? Queer 101.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
it's bad. Someone brought up a good point. This has like 524 downvotes and 206 upvotes.
Yeah, I don't think people aren't jumping over themselves to like
The
this. We're not on
ratio
our own
is
here.
That's hilarious. All right, we're almost finished here.
Things like affirmative sexual consent, as well as listening to and affirming your own emotions. We'll never be perfect, but we can learn to be better every day. Finally, hold others accountable. When you see toxic behavior perpetrated by your family, friends, bros, coworkers, anyone, speak up. Working together.
Wait, didn't she
that's
just
smart.
endanger people? Didn't she say that toxic masculinity is danger and people might violently respond with toxic,
Right,
behaviors
right. And now
if you
she's saying,
confront
like,
them?
open your mouth.
She's putting people in danger.
Right.
Yeah,
She doesn't
I
know
disagree with it.
What
If you see
gives?
people doing
I should
dangerous
report
stuff,
her.
Speak up. Yeah.
She's putting people in danger intentionally.
What would happen if we reported a video like this? Like everybody's able to report us because they don't believe in what we have
They
to say.
probably
or
ban
what-
us for reporting her.
But, right. But I mean, like, we can't report this.
Yeah, probably would.
It's so backwards. So backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be.
There,
It'll
we
be
can
good.
reshape what masculinity means in today's world.
Why? Why do we need to reshape it? It's already in a state as it is. We need to make it even worse now.
I think masculinity has been working well. I don't think we need to change much.
Oh gosh, that was a funny.
Oh man.
Alison,
I feel, somehow I feel like less smart for watching that. I don't know how that works.
That hurt. It did hurt. It really. My head hurts. I have a headache.
I need to do something.
I feel like I
need to do something.
lost brain cells. Yeah.
I'm beaming with toxicity right now, though. I will say that. I feel quite good about myself. So.
Oh god. I need to have a quiet with you.
So, coming back to the point, does toxic masculinity exist? Bobby, would you please begin? We'll go around.
No. I mean, the answer on that is so simple. It's no. And even if you think someone is over masculine, okay, that's just it's your choice on how you decide to deal with that person. But to associate rape and sexual assault and all this other stuff with masculinity in general, that the two just don't go together. They don't go together. Nobody. There is not one person I've ever met that's been like, yeah, bro, you know what's real masculine? When you rape a chick. That's fucking masculinity.
Who's
bro.
ever said
Like,
that?
I've never
Have you ever
met-
heard that?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
You know, Bobby,
what I mean?
Bobby, some autist is going to come and clip out that
Exactly.
5 seconds of what you just said,
Oh,
and then they're
boy.
saying,
Oh.
Bobby says that rape is masculine. You
Yeah.
screwed yourself now, man. They got you.
I
They're
did.
gonna,
I did.
out of context, tweet you.
Right. I'm going to be banned on all platforms now. No, but for real, like, I've never heard anybody say that, you know, like, I've never even heard that implied. So the fact that there's some video or there's some people out there that say, like, oh, if you have a certain idea of masculinity, that means, like, you're going to be a rapist. Like, no, man. Real masculine men don't go with that. And that's just that.
Sadiq, does toxic masculinity exist?
I don't know if the way to define it is actually masculine, but obviously being on the streets, there's been a lot of like unnecessary macho behavior that didn't get some people anywhere. So I don't know if that's toxic masculinity or just someone being an idiot.
Probably just somebody being a douchebag.
Yeah. So, but in the pure sense of the word, I don't know why you're coming to term. Can you see I'm having a meeting? Yeah. So please get out. Get out.
Hey, stop being toxic, bro. What the heck, man?
It's coming out.
Male authority is toxic, okay?
Better check your male privilege, Sadiq.
You need to check that male privilege
Check your
of
privilege,
being a
bro.
father. What the hell, bro?
You should know better.
Man.
Yeah, I think in the definition of the word, it's fine. It can't be in it. It's just what it is. Masculinity is masculinity. It's a positive thing. Can always be positive. Always.
Yeah. Omar.
Toxic masculinity is a marketing campaign, like New Coke. It's an invented phrase to get everyone to drill into people the idea that the very essence of masculinity is something toxic and something. Think of the word toxic. It's something like, oh, it's so disgusting. Oh, it's poisonous. Like, we've got to get rid of it. Like, it's to get that emotion associated to the idea of masculinity in the minds of the population. And if you demonize masculinity, you make everyone afraid of expressing themselves in a masculine way. You make everyone easier to control. That's my thoughts on it.
People, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. This is Abuamerican's opinion. There's douchebags and there's non-douchebags. And there's just really, the guy out there, being extra macho, whatever else, and, this, that, the other, and it's like just, it looks awkward. That's exactly, it's the socially awkward person who doesn't know how to, be himself in a way that is appealing to others, and so he puts on like a parody of what he thinks is going to make people like him, and that is not toxic. That's just socially awkward. The guy that goes around and uses his strength and his abilities and his skills to bully people, he's just a douchebag. That's all he is. He's not toxically masculine. He's a douchebag. How many people do we know can actually fight, kick people's butt? I know some actual killers. And are they douchebags? No, they're absolutely cool people. They're some of the coolest people I know. Are they toxically masculine? No. They're dangerous, but they're not like, I don't know what the hell. I don't even know how to parody toxic masculinity. I'm trying here, but so I'm making gun fingers, but I don't know what it is.
That video was sent in a group here.
Yeah.
Some people would say that was toxic masculinity.
Yeah. The only reason why I didn't play it is because, like, I think most of my chats would show up in WhatsApp, and I don't want people to see my WhatsApp chats,
Okay.
Because it'll show like the scrolls of who's on my list and who I'm talking to, or whatever else. I think it'll show that, so I don't want to. That's the only reason why I haven't shown it as well. Yeah.
You know what, man? We got to stop being scared of these labels. Well, I don't think anybody is, but you shouldn't be scared of these labels. If people want to call me for being who and what I am, if people want to call that toxically masculine, so be it. I'm toxically masculine. I'm just spewing my toxic masculinity all over the place. Deal with it. I don't care. Those words have no power to hurt me whatsoever. I'm beyond caring about it. I just accept it at this point.
Yeah, guys, hour 13 minutes. I'm gonna give you like five couple minutes, here to ask some questions. If you want to drop questions, otherwise we're gonna start wrapping this up here in a little bit.
Ooh.
And call it a day. We're gonna discuss in the OG Logic group. We got an OG Logic group discussing maybe moving the show to Tuesdays. We'll see what happens, guys. I'll let you know. Me and Omar are probably gonna be launching our own show.
Nice.
I don't know how long I'm gonna keep my channel if we do that though.
We're gonna have to probably do it on BitChute or something because I'm not gonna be able to suppress myself. You know that.
Yeah, we might have to make a new channel for that. I don't know.
Under a lid for this one.
Trust me, this guy is unfiltered and uncensored. He's being really good right now. I might have to make a new channel for that, and if we do, then I'll let you guys know on Twitter. But because it took me a while to build this channel, it's not even that big, so we'll let you guys know. No questions, guys? Nothing? That's it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's it.
All right then, guys. Whatever you got to ask, you can ask next week. We'll let you know what's going on with that on Twitter. You can follow all of us on Twitter. You got Bobby on Twitter. You got Sadiq on Twitter. You got Omar on Twitter. Check us all out. It's your man Abuamerican with the crew. OG Logic. We are